Okay, so yesterday in class we talked about factoring. So here's kind of a recap on factoring. We decided that, or we discussed that the number out front here is our A value. In this case, A equals 1. So we're factoring when A equals 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our C value, which is 4, what multiplies to make 4, and has a sum of 5. So 4 is 1 times 4. And 2 times 2. So which of these gives us a sum of 5? Well, 1 times 4 does, right? So in this case, you're just going to put your parentheses, x plus 1, x plus 4, and that is your final answer. Remember, we're just factoring here. We're not trying to solve to find out what x is equal to. We just want our straight factors. Okay, so let's look at another example, very similar. All right, A is equal to 1 again. So if A is equal to 1, we're going to take our in number, which is our C value, what multiplies to make 14, and sums to 9. So our factors are 1 and 14, 2 and 7. They all make 14. Which of these sum up to 9? 2 and 7. So we're going to say x plus 2 and x plus 7, and this right here is our final answer. Okay? Alright, so let's change it up a little. What about when A is greater than 1? So in this case, our A value is 5, right? So you're going to take A times C. 5 times 1, and that's what goes out here. So what multiplies to make 5 and has a sum or difference of 6? Well, 5 is 1 times 5, and that's it, right? So we know that these add to 6 like we wanted. So x plus 1, x plus 5. Okay, because we have this number out here, this A value that's greater than 1, we have to divide each part by that value. Okay? So 1 cannot be divided by 5 evenly or reduced down, so we have to do bottoms up. So we flip that number up with our x. So 5x plus 1. Here, it reduces, right? 5 over 5 is 1. So we just write it like the reduction, x plus 1. So this is your final answer here. These are your two factors. All right, let's look at one more example, and then we'll be done. Okay, so again, we take our A value is 3. So 3 times negative 5 gives us negative 15. So what multiplies to make 15? 1 and 15, 3 and 5, and that's it. So we know one of them's going to be negative because we're trying to make a negative 15 right out here. So which can we make? And we want to make it a positive 2. So right here, negative 3 times 5, x minus 3, x plus 5. And then because we have our A value up here, we got to divide both of them by 3. So this reduces to x minus 1. And this doesn't, so we have the bottoms up, got ahead of myself, to get 3x plus 5. So this right here is our final answer. Those are our factors. All right, so that concludes our factoring lesson. Between yesterday's class time of notes and today's video, hopefully you're better off at factoring.